Hi, my name is Ryan. Welcome to my schizophrenia vlog. Sorry I haven't posted a video in the past few months, but I was busy participating in a 2.5 month experiment at the Veterans Hospital. The study was pretty interesting, and I think it's worth talking about. Basically, they had schizophrenia patients work on this software from a company called Posit Science, and it increased your cognitive ability once you play all the games. There was one called Brain Games, and that was meant to improve audible cognition, and there was one called Insight, which was meant to improve visual cognition. The software was meant for normal people, but the VA hospital was testing it for use with schizophrenia patients. I reached about 40% of my goals for either the Insight or the Brain Games, and but I did improve. And then after I did each, they gave me an EEG, but I don't know exactly what they were measuring on the EEG. I don't know too much about EEGs. Anyway, the software seemed to work in the short term, but I don't know how it would work or fare in the long term, and that's probably something interesting to find out that those guys may work on later on. Getting back to the topic, I finished school for substance abuse counseling back in December of 2012, and I've been looking for a new job. I've run into some roadblocks in my personal life. For example, I had a couple psychologists kind of look away or look really surprised when I told them, I wanted to be a counselor, or maybe I'll go to graduate school, and they just kind of snapped back, and so I interpreted that as a common thought that people with schizophrenia can't be counselors. So I'd end up wasting some time in my counseling by trying to prove that schizophrenics can be counselors, and I shouldn't have to do that. But one of the guys later said that I make a good advocate, which I thought that was progress, compared to like before when he seemed like schizophrenics can't be counselors. I was talking to a nurse in a hospital. She was doing my intake, and I told her I was going to school to become a counselor. Everything was fine, but I overheard her talking to the clinicians, and she said, he wants to be a counselor, like as if that was like a bad thing. And so you never really know what people are really thinking. So it's just kind of weird, like it's doing something wrong by trying to be a counselor. I just find it completely ridiculous. Anyway, in the psychology field, opinions vary to the extremes more than in any other field. Some counselors think it's a fantastic idea for schizophrenic to be a counselor, while some other counselors think it shouldn't be done. Schizophrenics, even peer support by schizophrenics for schizophrenics is like you're asking too much from somebody that has schizophrenia. It's just really ridiculous. Last year I was posting flyers for my NAMI Connection support group that I facilitate, and I was in the counseling office of a university. I'm not going to mention their name. When a psychologist approached me and he said, "NAMI, isn't that for people with serious mental illnesses?" And as if schizophrenics don't go to college, which is ridiculous. And I said, NAMI is for everybody. All the while I was thinking that, this guy must be living under a rock. He really doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's a psychologist. Anyway, Gandhi once said that to make a change in the world, you have to be the change. And that's kind of that's a quote that you can live by. So anyway, that's about it for today. There's another video I'll be working on next week because I had lined up a couple videos. I just haven't had any free time. So I'll see you next week. And I left a link to the Posit Science website in the description, so if you want to check it out. All right, thanks, and bye.